and I ended up passing out a lot because I
Mhm.
was so dehydrated. So I'd end up in different hospitals in different states getting IVs.
Scott, what's up, man? Thanks so much for joining me today to discuss your experience with Crohn's. You've come a long way, traveled the world, run your business, and been able to get some massive success. Thanks for being here, man.
I appreciate it.
Can you first let me know what were you diagnosed with, how long ago, and what was that experience like for you? You know?
Okay, so I had Crohn's is what they diagnosed me with. Well,
Mhm.
ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, they weren't sure at first. And so
Okay.
um, you know, they told me diet and lifestyle was not at play and that it was just something that you got and, there's nothing you could do about it. Absolutely nothing you could do about it.
How long ago?
Uh, tw- I want to say 10 years, probably 10 years ago.
10 years. And you're about 38 right now?
Yep.
So we're in
30,
your late
turned 39.
20s.
Yep.
You're 39. Congrats, happy
Yeah.
birthday. So your late 20s, you get
Yep.
diagnosed with Crohn's in the ileum. Maybe there's a little ulcerative colitis. They don't know.
Yeah.
What were the last 10 years like for you? I mean, did it kind of go away, come on? What was going on?
It was hit and miss. In the beginning, it was just constant diarrhea. Like work was a 5 hour drive or a 5 minute drive for me.
Yeah.
And I was worried about that drive. And I couldn't do anything like my friends drank coffee. If I took a sip of coffee, I was
Oh,
in the bathroom instantly.
oh,
I
I can
mean,
relate.
yeah, I
A
just,
thousand people can relate to you right now.
uh, and the crazy thing, I was trying to eat healthy. I was eating salads, which
Yeah.
I thought, like salads, like,
Yeah.
I'm being good. I think that they set it off. I mean,
There's no way I could have handled a salad when I was first diagnosed. Like zero chance. Salad. So
yeah,
you'd eat salads, you feel worse, chronic diarrhea, any coffee, any kind of something.
blood. Yeah, salad and
Blood.
blood.
Man,
Yep.
and what did you do? I mean, did you just keep trying different medications? Did you start trying these famous diets? What were you doing? Or were you
Yes.
just kind of like put it to the side, just do
Yeah.
work and forget it?
So I did medicine. We
Okay.
tried different medicine. I landed on Apriso. That
Okay.
seemed I was taking some orange pills for a while.
Uh-huh.
They worked, and then I wanted to be on a smaller dose. I was really nervous that my medicine was going to cause more problems, and so I we landed on Apriso. I went vegan for a year.
Okay.
That was absolutely awful. I don't know how people do it. It
Didn't
was
work, but did it work or no, it made you
well,
worse?
it
Everyone's different. Everyone listening,
yeah.
it's different for all of us. Yeah.
Yeah, it came with our own set of problems, and honestly, no, it didn't. But I
Yeah.
thought it did for a while. I was pretty hopeful. It's almost like the hope of, okay, if I go vegan, this is gonna work.
Yeah.
I cut out carbs. Like I've tried everything, so they
So you
just didn't.
tried some restrictive eating, low carb, more meat or AIP paleo, and then you went vegan where it's higher carb but lots of fiber and organic foods and things like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
It just didn't get you where you wanted to be.
No.
And, looking at this, it's been 10 years, you're on and off trying this, trying that. You're able to keep it to where it's not like devastating. You're not in an ER room, you're not having to go on stronger medications, you're not talking about surgery.
Yeah.
It's kind of like okay, and you're able to run your businesses. So you're
Yeah.
traveling. Has that been going on for a long time? You're traveling all around the country or the world for business?
That's been about the last 3 or 4 years. And I ended up in the ER in different states
Ah,
because I struggled with dehydration. So, you're traveling, having to stop at all these gas stations, and I ended up passing out a lot because I
mhm.
was so dehydrated. So I'd end up in different hospitals in different states getting IVs, and
Wow.
it was miserable. All my employees know because you can't hide passing out in front of your truck at a gas station. So.
Jesus, man. And so you weren't typical symptoms, but they were pretty dire. I mean, it was really affecting your life, and you having to constantly maybe check in for IV drips or
Yeah.
medications gone on and off, and you're trying to work. And what was the last year like before you considered the Shield program and got in? What was the year like that before? I mean, why did
I
it get to a point where you were like, I got to do this?
Man, I started to struggle with depression almost. Like I have never been a depressed person at all. I mean, I wake up happy, ready to go. I have 4 kids.
Hmm.
It was getting really hard to be a parent and have to use the bathroom 5 times and this overhanging, like, am I always going to be sick? Like, what if something happens and I can't get this medicine? Or
Yeah.
and my insurance doesn't cover the medicine. So Apriso cost me $635 a month out of
Jesus.
pocket for the last 10 years.
For a very, very basic and cheap medication. 630 bucks a month for this thing.
635. Yep. Yeah. Every month. And so I got to a really hopeless place of like, okay, nothing's worth it. Like if I can't figure out how to fix this, I started seeing different doctors,
Yeah.
and every doctor told me that there is no way to manage this without lots of medication. Diet and lifestyle does not do anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we got news for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're working on it. So what were your symptoms before you joined the Shield program?
Lots of diarrhea. Never, I mean, some days I'd go with one or two, some days it'd be 10 to 15. I mean, it was
Wow.
getting pretty bad
And
in
you
my
couldn't control it. It was sporadic. It was just like you couldn't tell what was working if you ate this or that. It just was kind of everywhere.
no matter what I ate. It did not matter if I ate fiber, if I ate no fiber, like it didn't matter. And then I started thinking about it all the
Yeah.
time. Like it haunted my thoughts.
Because you
And
don't know if like all of a sudden you're on the road, where's the bathroom, you have a meeting, you have to fly the next day, you've got a big meeting, and that stress and anxiety gets on you. That can be a trigger for more symptoms.
yeah, I've missed lots of flights. I've gone to the airport, been checked in, gone through security, and then my gut just messes up and I have to get off the flight. And, it was putting me in a bad place. And so I started Googling.
You started Googling, and then just, I can totally relate with that. Being, I traveled everywhere when I was, in my 20s for what I was doing at the time. And man, it was just some really humiliating or shameful or upsetting moments where I just felt like this is my new life, and it was like a hidden disease from everybody, and no one could relate. I know everyone out there listening right now can relate to that. But so you started Googling and you came across Shield. What made you feel like this could work? And this wasn't a sham. I think I hear this 1,000 times, and people are like, oh, I don't know. Is this just another thing? Is it another scam? Is it a money grab? Is it
Yeah,
just
dude.
generic? He's going to tell me to eat bananas every day or go carnivore.
Yeah,
What were your thoughts?
dude, I don't know. I remember sitting in my truck
Yeah,
outside of my shop, and
yeah,
I submitted everything, and you guys called me and we talked, and I asked the person multiple times. I'm like, how do I know this just isn't a sham? Like,
yeah,
and I watched every single person that I could. I watched you on YouTube a lot,
yeah,
in your interviews, and I don't know. It was like, okay, I'm at this place where I'm willing to just take that risk.
yeah,
Like I don't feel good. It can't do any harm.
yep.
Looking back now, greatest decision I've made in a long time. Like it was
Wow.
a really good, not a sales pitch. Like
Yeah,
it
not a
it
sales pitch.
worked. It worked. And having somebody that I could talk to,
Yeah,
I having somebody that I can email that went through this, that I could talk to on the phone, like or on video call, like it was just I had somebody on my team, and it just gave me hope. Hope seems to cure a lot of it. Like
yeah. The
it felt like
anxiety. Yeah,
yeah, it felt like I struggle with some major anxiety. Like because of this. Before this, I didn't have it. And now I'm not on anxiety medicine. For a while I was. Um, so yeah, I was just struggling with
man.
life.
I
So
love to hear that, man, because as a person who built this, it's like when I came into this, I want the world, I want this to work. Like
yeah,
I was you. I was
yeah.
way worse than you. Like, we were
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
earlier, like we don't
yeah.
want to go where Dane went. I
I,
know that feeling. We have to build something of impact here. And that's also why you're sharing your story now. You were watching all these things saying, I don't know, but now people watching you are going to go, I don't know.
yeah, dude, it
That's
just
funny.
works. If you follow it, it just works. And what's beautiful about it is it is so tailored to you. Like
Yes.
Taryn took everything that I told her, my crazy life, my busy schedule. I mean, I'm eating fast food
Yeah.
every stinking day, and
Yeah.
she worked with me through that, and
Yep.
which is crazy. So like I had Crohn's and I'm still eating fast food sometimes, which is terrible,
Yeah.
but I don't have symptoms afterwards. Like
Wow.
I can go to Burger King or McDonald's, Taco Bell. Like I'm not struggling with that. So I don't know.
And everyone out there, that's why we call the program Shield. Your body is able to defend against those poisonous foods where you're still okay, even though it's not helping you out.
Yeah,
right? So you're that's shield, right? Like I'm gonna celebrate. I go under stress, or I have to do all this with work. I'll be okay, and I have the skill sets and the systems and the resources to get through this without it, me having to cancel flights. Amazing. So let me ask you, what are your symptoms now?
currently nothing.
Wow.
Currently I'm good. So I'm
Scott,
very
wow, bro.
yeah. I had a colonoscopy and 100% clear. I mean, no signs whatsoever. They went down my throat too. I was struggling with a lot of acid reflux.
Endoscopy.
Yeah, and I had a lot of damage in there last time. They said that I was probably getting in the precancerous range. On
How-
this scope, they said no signs of anything whatsoever, and I'm all good.
Dude,
So
Scott, that's a miracle.
yeah, yeah,
That's
it's awesome.
amazing. You got a perfect endoscopy and colonoscopy after the Shield program
Yeah,
while reducing medications
yeah.
and still eating trash food.
I know. I do. That's the craziest part. Like
Guys,
I
do not think you're going to do what Scott did and go eat some Burger King during the Shield program. Please don't put that stress on us. But Scott was able to pull a fast one here.
yeah, dude. It worked. And I started to realize, okay, I'm traveling. These are the things that Taryn gave me to
To do. Yeah.
and do. And so I would take those with me. And I
Yep.
had a little bag of my different, herbs and different things. And
Yep.
if I got nervous, I made sure to take them, and it just worked. I don't know, like it just works. And so it's
That's amazing. And guys, it's just, certain things we know how to stop urgencies and work on the ileum and help with digestion and heal that gut lining and treat underlying infections is what we do with Scott here. Scott, I mean, unbelievable results, dude. I mean, really, guys, we cannot guarantee this to everybody. This is a chess match. We go for it. We go for big results. And just to see it with Scott, who was skeptical and unsure and dealt with this for 10 years prior and still running around the world, running his business. I mean, I'm very excited for you. How important was it to have Coach Taryn? I mean, could you have done this just watching videos, talking to the community? If I had handed you the very same plan, could you have done it without Taryn?
While all those things are incredible and the community is incredible and all the videos that you guys do on the back end of the website are incredible, Taryn is the only reason that it worked for me, honestly. And I was not a perfect patient. I mean, I just
No,
wasn't.
you weren't doing the work. You were missing this, missing that, not watching this. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't. And she just was good, and she adapted, like, okay, you're struggling with getting this done, let's try this instead. And then I would, and it worked.
It worked.
So,
She hacked you, man. She hacked
did.
you. And
Yeah,
that's
like-
one of the benefits of to have a coach where they can meet you. We try not to make it excuse not doing the work, but you can still get results. And the coaches are specialists in this. They've been through it. They've reversed it themselves, and they've seen hundreds of people and hundreds of cases. This is what we do. And so, man, that is so amazing. You got such great results following that. Coach Taryn's unbelievably good. If there's one thing in the program, a strategy, a protocol, a supplement that really you think was a highlight to your success, and someone out there is resonating with your story and wants to know what that is, what would be one thing you'd highlight in everything and all the customization, all the months of doing this?
Okay, so I don't have any of the things in front of me. I take mucosal healers.
Yes.
I have a big bottle of those. Those
Which
are
is-
probably
Go ahead.
my favorite. Yeah, that's my favorite. I don't know why it feels like that really regulates my gut. And
What's interesting is you said that you got great results with Apriso, which is a 5-ASA stomach coater like mesalamine.
yeah,
And that's a mucosal healer. And so your natural mucosal healers have also worked really, really well. I'm going to link you one of our favorites, really nice, really easy. It's called Mucosal Calm. You can see that in the show notes below. That's it, Mucosal Calm.
That's it. Yeah.
That's a great one. It's 3 or 4 ingredients. It's cost effective, and it's a natural version of a stomach coater. And I know, Scott, our next goal is to get you off Apriso. You said, man, I really want to get off the Apriso medication. I've been on for 10 years. How can I get off that? And we're going to talk about, that next step. So you've still been on Apriso while you've gotten these amazing results, but you got off the anxiety medication. So your total medication has gone down, and you were on the mesalamine last time you got that colonoscopy.
Yes, yeah, and I still had symptoms the last time. So
That's a really interesting thing. We know the Shield program's been the massive part of success, but also Shield works with medications if you need or want.
yeah,
That's what's amazing. It cannot hurt.
Yeah.
You can be on any Remicade biologics and say, hey, I'm going to work on my nutrition. I'm going to work on my digestion, my liver. I'm going to do gut healers. I'm going to work on rebuilding my microbiome, cleaning out that ileum. And that can all work with an immunosuppressant or prednisone or an antibiotic or whatever you have to do, right?
Yeah.
Love to see that. And so we're going to keep working on that and see if we can get you off that Apriso.
Absolutely.
And if there's any piece of advice you give it to anyone out there who's like you, who's like, oh God, I don't know what this is, or my symptoms aren't as crazy as everyone else's. I'm running a very successful business. I got 4 kids. I'm constantly traveling. Can this work for me? What would be your 2 cents?
I would just do it. Like you have to take your life into your own hands. So if you just continue to take medicine and if you don't take your life into your own hands, then you're just going to be the way that you've always been. You're not going to get better. It just seems like taking that step, it cost me a little bit, but what I gained from it was no more hospital visits, no more wasted time in the bathroom. I spend more time with my kids. I love my kids more. I get to enjoy them more. Like I don't have to worry about, hey, it's my kid's birthday. Like, can I drive across town and go to the arcade without having to run to the bathroom? Like I just have better things because I made the decision to. Was it hard? It was. Making all the calls and taking the stuff, and like it's difficult. Like it's not an easy road.
You got to work. Yeah.
You have to work. I mean, is it as easy as popping 4 pills in the morning?
No.
And no, it's not. But man, it's so worth it. And you, in your head, like, okay, if this flares up later in the future, I know how to fix it. Like I have the solution and the roadmap, and it doesn't change. Like I have that in front of me. And this program, what I love about it so much is that it's tailored individually. So it's not a join us and one size fits all. It's here's your person, and this person is going to tailor this program exactly to you. Mm-hmm. And that's why it works. That is what makes it work. I mean, it's perfectly tailored to you. You're never going to find that in a doctor's office. It won't happen.